Hey, good morning, everybody. Well, that was ill timing. Yeah, I'm a little dizzy. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. I, of course, am Hammer, founder of Originator Success, Grab and Go Social, and Rate Sensei. Remember, you can join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I broadcast on Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget, give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here. If you'd like a quick reminder that I'm going live, you can go ahead and sign up for that at hmmr.io/reminder, or use this cool QR code over here. Even if you're on your phone now, take a screenshot. You can go back to your photos. That QR code will work. And we send out a quick reminder text with the links just so that you don't miss us and we hop on and go over everything. Remember, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and say hi to the live folks, and then we'll jump into what's going on for the day. Good morning, Mr. Mike Brown, Amy Blauser, Mallory Fotiadis. Great to see all of you here. Ron Siegel, great to see you, sir. Oh, awesome. Siegel says for today, we celebrate Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work or School Day. National Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work or School. I do not have a teddy bear. I got the cats, though. They're downstairs in the workshop. Remember Teddy Ruxpin? That creepy little bear. Hi, I'm Teddy Ruxpin. Can you and I be friends? I really enjoy talking to people. Chucky freaking bear. Oh, creepy, crazy bear. Did anyone have a teddy bear? Anyone remember growing up with a teddy bear? I was not a teddy bear kid. I did not have... I'm trying to think if there was any animal or blanket or anything. I did not. And again, I'm not judging. I just didn't have one myself. So good morning, Yasmin Martin and Allison Foy. Great to have you here. Mike Tebow. Allison Foy, how about your kitty cats? Or are you talking about my kitty cats? Or if your kitty cats are like teddy bears, or are you looking for me to get my kitty cats? I don't know. Let me know, Allison. But if you can bring your kitty cats to work. There's people that are allergic to kitty cats, though. Giddy up, Mr. Randy Teakle. Great to see you, Rob Stewart. Deb Dickinson, great to have you here. All right, y'all. Tom Deadmore, good morning. Let's dive in as everyone is popping on, and we'll get into the good stuff here this morning. So, of course, the government shutdown is still going on. Mortgage bonds this morning are up. Hold on, let me bring up Presentify. Oh, boy. Presentify. There we are. All right. Let's get rid of that. There we are. Okay. So bringing up Presentify here. Mortgage-backed securities up. Ooh, look at that. They just popped back up again. 6 basis points on the day. The main thing, I'll probably have to refresh the screen. Oh, no. Cool. Awesome. So let's look at the 5-day. So last Thursday was October 2nd right here. And you can see that mortgage bonds hit their high point at the end of the day. And look at that. We're not too far away from that. So Friday, we had seen mortgage bonds kind of lose ground. Monday morning, dropped down, came and hit the lower level. Got a little bit of a pop-up, but still ended the day real low here. And then since then, though, on Tuesday, we've kind of been crawling our way back up. This morning, we're crawling our way back up. So this is just a nice improvement ramp. So because of that, I'm going to go ahead and say that we are cautiously floating for the moment. What I'm about to put into my written lock advice here, I'll pull that over and I'll show you guys what I'm putting in here on this one. So basically using this, and by the way, you can sign up for this lock advice. Get this email to your inbox each and every weekday morning at ratelockadvice.com. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. I thought that was a fun one. So anyway, cautiously floating anything closing in the next 15 days, cautiously floating anything 15 to 30, and then floating anything it's 30 plus days out. When we take a look at where we are at with mortgage-backed security pricing and stuff, there's really not like I said, we're seeing a little bit of improvement here. But oh no, it didn't save. Oh, yeah, it did. Okay, here it is. There's today we've got the minutes from the Fed meeting right here. We've got the 10-year Treasury yield at 1 p.m. Eastern time. We got a few Fed speakers, none of which is going to make any difference at all. It's not really going to matter. So there's nothing that we have to really be prepared for today. I've been in a locking stance for anything closing in 15 days just because there's not a lot of room to see mortgage rates improve. When we take a look here at mortgage-backed or at rate sheet pricing, I mean, you could see 6.38, 6.38. Last Thursday, we were on Friday morning, we got the benefit of Thursday's better improvement. We were 6.34. That's just a few basis points. It looks better than it really is. Look at how stable rates have been for, a month basically. We had that little bit of a blurb right after the Fed meeting and right before the Fed meeting. So right before the Fed meeting, we had our best levels here at 613. I wish you could go back one. What does that do? What is this, like a rainbow? Ooh, pretty. Okay. I don't know. I'm sorry. Here you go. But anyway, taking a look at where we're at here, you'll see like today will be at like 6.36. I mean, you're talking, we're so majoring in the minors here. However, consumers want to see rates improve. Consumers are looking for any excuse that they can to take advantage of this stuff. If we go through that right here, there was a good article, Wall Street Journal, homeowners pouncing on the tiniest drop in mortgage rates. I've told you this year and next year is going to be the same thing. It's all about those little tiny windows. You've got to stay in front of your past clients. Servicers are fighting hard to hold on to business. They're really holding on to it as tight as they can. So they will refinance people even at a loss sometimes to keep the servicing. So you've got to stay in front of people and do the best that you can and help them and serve them because we all have to make a living. There's nothing wrong with that. So, but homeowners are pouncing on the tiniest drop in mortgage rates. And especially like blink and you'll have missed the recent refinancing boom. It's nice to see the mainstream media actually admit that. The rush to lock in a cheaper mortgage was still a hopeful sign for lenders. A minor move in mortgage rates triggered a strong reaction from borrowers. The cost of a 30-year home loan fell 0.3 percentage points to 6.26 over 3 weeks. Refinancing activity jumped 80% of that period, according to the MBA. They're going with mortgage application data. Borrowers are moving fast to lock in even small reductions to their housing cost. The financial incentive to refinance was actually higher back in September of 2024. Rates were about an eighth to a quarter better. When rates fell to 6.08, fewer people took action then. That may have been waiting for costs to drop further, wound up frustrated when mortgage rates climbed instead. It has taken almost a year to get another opportunity. Remember, I talked about this before too. A lot of originators were standing on their soapbox. Oh, rates are going to get better. I'm not refinancing my people. It would, thinking you're doing a good thing. Don't take anything for granted. And really just kind of, bringing this home to what we talk about all the time. I am not expecting to see mortgage rates improve anytime soon here. There's really not much of a reason to. Remember, when it comes to expectations for the Fed rate cut, markets are already pricing in a cut for this month, at the end of this month. They're already pricing in an 80% expectation for another cut in December. And they're even looking at, the possibility about a 30% chance of a cut, coming in January. So in order to see rates improve, we would have to see expectations of a January cut go up big time. They'd have to go up to around 70%. And you'd have to see the December cut become a straight up, 99%, just like it does on the October one here, where we're already at that 90s. So remember, this was up to 99 something. Now it's down to 94. It's a little bit, but not much. So we're more likely to see rates actually worsen than improve. However, I'm going to put this into a floating stance for the moment because I want to see where we're going with mortgage-backed securities. The 10-year Treasury yield is also in a good place right now. 4.11. We take a look here, it peaked back up yesterday and when it opened and then ended down on the day. Remember, we want yield. Yield is green when it goes down. So we want to see that yield improve. And they've continued to drop down. It's below the 25-day moving average. I think we're going to stay just like what we've seen here. We'll stay very near that moving average. We're not going to get tremendously lower. It's a few ticks. So we may pick up a little bit in pricing before the end of the week, but really you're not going to pick up much. So keep that in mind. Randy Tico, pent-up demand for refi. Folks call me all the time. Hard to be excited for them, but if they want to go forward, again, there's got to be a reason to do it more than just saving a couple bucks on the payment. Usually you're looking at debt consolidation. Maybe it's something that you can help them shave off some time. The other thing, too, is remember something. If you can shave off some money but get them to pay the same payment they were making before, they can knock a lot of money off their loan with prepaid interest. And I took my kids when they were used to paying rents in New York City. They were used to a $2,500, $2,600 a month payment in New York City. So when they bought a house, we put them into a 15-year amortization so that they could pay that thing off quick because they were used to a $2,500 a month payment. So, even if somebody's saving a couple $100 a month, but if they were to reapply that back and just keep making that same payment, that same amount, it could save them some money. So, open up that opportunity for them. Be open to it as well. Good morning, Jerry Avila. You showed up and stayed quiet. That's not like you, my friend. Just kidding. We don't need you to be quiet. Fed minutes already priced in. Absolutely, Randy. Hold on, let me put this up there. No teddy bear, real horse, and dogs. Yes, and you have a lot of dogs. Mallory, I had a Teddy Ruxpin. I still have nightmares from when his batteries went on the fritz. Creepy freaking things, man. You were bougie. You had one of those Teddy Ruxpins. I was poor. We didn't have a Teddy Ruxpin. Fed minutes already priced in. Again, the Fed minutes are going to come out. Let's take a look and see what time they come out. I'm not quite sure. Hold on. I got to make this smaller to get that. There we go. Let's see. Fed minutes, they will come out at 2 p.m. We get the 10-year auction at 1 p.m. Neither one of these events going to be a big deal, Randy. And the Fed minutes are already priced in because we already know. Remember, we just got the dot plot, so they know that Moran thinks there should have been a 9-point rate cut. Everyone else figures that we're probably going to see a couple of rate cuts before the end of the year, and we'll see where that was. But no, that's not going to shake up markets at all. It's not going to do anything to shake up the idea that we're going to see. That we're going to see those rate cuts. And then if we look for the rest of the week, tomorrow we've got more speaking. We've got another bond auction, a 30-year bond auction. I was going to say, look at that. He's got it. Jobless claims are on hold. Exactly. Continued claims, which are part of the jobless claims, are on hold. But otherwise, there's really not much else going on. And then we're going to get consumer sentiment later in the week. We already know what consumer sentiment is. People are they're struggling. But as far as that goes, I don't want to get too deep into the politics of it. They're definitely looking to play the political game, the blame game. Trump talking about not paying people that are working during the shutdown, which, again, he tends to be a blowhard on stuff like this. I can't imagine him actually doing that. I hope not. People that are working in good faith. But the idea is that by even putting this doubt out there, they're going to cause more of the issues like what we've seen in Burbank, California, where people are not showing up for work, and it causes more of a pain. Because right now, the government doesn't seem all that disrupted from the shutdown. I don't know if it's different than times in the past. There are some things you've got. Generally, it's air travel is the one that's most noticeable. Air traffic controllers, TSA agents. But when you look at the other ones, and it's kind of funny to see the opinion here. This shutdown is as pointless as the others. I agree. I don't like the fact that the Democrats are trying to use this opportunity for leverage for discussion on something that needs to be discussed anyway. They should be working on healthcare issues because we have a lot of problems. Trying to force the Republicans to accept it's not going to happen. I mean, anyone think that this shutdown is going to end with the Republicans giving concessions for ACA? I don't. This is at some point more Democrats will cave. It may take 35 days, but you'll have a few more Democrats jump the aisle and get things moving, and they'll get pressured, and this will have all been for nothing. So I think it's what we're going to end up, and I think it's where it will be. Ron said 8 airports now have infections with their controllers. Yeah, and it figures because my son's getting married on Saturday, so I have people flying in from all over. So, this stuff, it does piss me off that we have this kind of nonsense and that, they're all just this is all political jockeying. I wonder how many of the Democrats really believe what they're peddling. So I think the ACA needs to be worked on. I don't think it's as bad as everybody puts it out to be. Subsidized health care, there's a lot of people that need health care and they need subsidized care. So, but same point, I don't know. These issues are complex. They require discussion and discourse, and I think instead what we do is everything's mudslinging and spitting at each other, and I'm just done with that. I hope y'all are too. So good morning, Angie. Mortgage Dogs, he's done many unimaginable things. Yeah, he has, but so have all the politicians. I'm not defending or hating on anybody because they all, they're all power hungry, narcissistic. This guy's just as bad as Trump is. They really are. So anyway, enough with that. When it comes to rates, not going to see much of a difference, y'all. Cautiously floating for the moment. If we see mortgage-backed securities lose ground today, I would be quick to lock anything closing in the next few days. We keep going back and forth into scenarios like this. We're up a few bips, down a few bips. What happened to there it is. We're up 4 basis points and we're flat, and we're up 6 basis points. We're flat. Really not seeing any big movement. Rates with time, or loans with time that don't close for 15 to 30 plus days. There's no urgency to lock at the moment, but I don't think we're going to see rates move down more than a little bit of improved pricing. There's just nothing out there to cause that to happen in my mind that I see having that effect. So, yeah, Ron's got it right, man. The only thing a politician cares about is their own reelection and their legacy, if you will. Yeah, I could go deeper with that, Ron. We could have a good conversation about that, you and I, about the ACA and healthcare. And, again, it's such a broken system. Take it from a guy who has paid tens and tens of thousands of dollars in medical expenses. Plus, if you put the premiums in, I'm probably 6 figures. I've probably paid 6 figures over the years in medical and medical premiums. Being self-employed, you get really, really shitty insurance and access to shitty insurance, and nobody subsidizes it. And it's very expensive. And when you do need it, they try to find some reason why you can't use it. And it is a very broken system. Very broken system. We know that. So. All right, my friends. Well, we're not here to talk about that. We're talking about mortgages. We've done that. So I'm going to wrap it up for today. Appreciate you joining me. As always, tomorrow we'll be talking about more of the same. Tomorrow, it'll be day 932 of the government shutdown. There'll be some more back and forth on social media about it. One side will believe that they're right. The other side will believe that they're wrong. And both sides believe the same thing. Other data that comes out. Again, you're not going to get your jobless claim stuff. There's really nothing else coming out. So we're not going to see much movement. It's going to be more of the same, just very small moves, nothing that we have to worry about. So CME numbers, do you think all the numbers are built into the rates? Yes, absolutely, I do. Do you, Ron? Let me know in your comments. What Ron is asking is the CME, the FedWatch tool. Do we think that those are currently factored in, like what mortgage rates are reflecting? I do. I think mortgage rates reflect that. I think it goes back to where we were at September of 2024. We were slightly better with the idea that more, that we were going to see some more rate cuts at that time. I think that all this has been priced in. If we start to see any concern that December cut's not going to happen, you'll see mortgage rates go up. If this were to go from 80 to 95, you're going to see nominal improvement. There's really not much room to improve. So I do believe all that's been priced in. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Curious about that. So, all right. I'll catch you guys later. Again, thanks for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.